Yes, something is up. I think the most terrifying phrase for me is the new normal. Whenever I hear someone talk about the new normal, I just get a shiver down my spine. It makes me feel very, very fearful because there are large numbers of people out there who have thoroughly enjoyed the clout that COVID-19 has given them, the power that they've had over ordinary people, the way in which their so-called expertise overrode democracy and politics itself, and the way in which they were so powerful they could tell people to stay in their own homes, they could drag people to court for the crime of attending a protest or kissing a lover in a public place or visiting an elderly relative. They had an extraordinary amount of power, and as history tells us, people who get that amount of power are very reluctant to give it up. So when they talk about a new normal, what they mean is really dragging on the COVID emergency forever and ever so that we remain at the mercy of their whims and their so-called expertise. And that's what they want to do.
Well, we're seeing a pushback in, of all places, because it doesn't have any kind of a reputation for violent mob action or seething political protest or anything like that. We're seeing a very clever and significant pushback in the Dominion of Canada with these truckers in Ottawa who are behaving fabulously. There's all kinds of agents provocateurs, plainclothes Mounties going among them, trying to provoke them into expressing enthusiasm for swastikas or whatever. And they're generally 99.9999% resisting it all. I mean, this is a pushback. This is one of the weirdest sort of counter-revolutions of all time, because all they're actually demanding is the right to normal life.
Absolutely. I love the Canadian truckers. I think they are doing something wonderful, not just for Canada, but for the world. They are honking a collective horn at COVID authoritarianism, at Justin Trudeau in particular, who has got to be the most pathetic leader in the world, currently in hiding, apparently. This guy claims to be a boxer or a wrestler, has run away and gone into hiding the minute his people rose up against him. And I think they're doing something really, really important, which is striking a blow for the right of ordinary people to earn a living, to live freely, and to enjoy bodily autonomy. And what I find really extraordinary is the way in which the so-called progressive left has turned so viciously on these truckers, denouncing them as fascists. It's amazing that every time working class people take political action these days, the left denounces them as fascists. We saw it with the vote for Brexit, with the Gilets Jaunes in France, and now with the Canadian truckers. Whenever working people rise up against the elites, the left are there at the sidelines calling them scum and fascists and trash. So that kind of, I think we're seeing the redrawing of political battle lines in Canada, and it could have an impact across the world, where working people who are outside of the purview of politically correct politics are going to be the ones who push back against the new elites and strike a blow for human freedom.